Dad, you so corny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back once again for another episode of Corny Dads, a podcast about modern day fatherhood, highlighting modern day fatherhood. We're just some corny dads that do dope things for our dope kids. Stuck the landing on that one. I am the man with many hats. Some people call me Chico. Gentlemen call me Ace, but my kids call me Papa.
Yeah. Catch me on TikTok at Corny Dad OJC. Let's get it.
Listen, the guests keep rolling in for season 2 of the Corny Dads podcast. And today we have a very, very, very special guest with us today. Listen, Brooklyn's in the building, man. All right? Listen.
Heavy. Real heavy.
Let's be clear, man.
Real heavy.
You know, the other two partners ain't here today, man. Philly always representing, Jersey always representing. It's the first Brooklyn representing somebody from the town, man.
Hey.
My brother, Steve. But from the block, call him Steve.
What's up? You know what I mean? Steve, what you want me to call me? Chase. My son used to call me old man. What's up?
Word up, man. Today we're going to be having a very, very important conversation and about, you know, Steve's journey through grief and resilience and just overcoming obstacles. Steve, thank you for coming here today, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. You know,
Yeah,
it's a cool show. You know, Corny Dads. We
Well,
here.
you the first
we all
Corny dad, man.
I'm
Yeah,
Corny Daddy too. You know.
Yes, corny.
So,
I love it. Thank you.
Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself, my brother.
Well, I mean, what you want to know? Like,
Man, listen, you from the town, you from BK.
I'm
man.
from Brooklyn, Haitian descent. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Flatbush,
Brooklyn.
Canarsie.
From the
Sac
floors.
Claude.
Shouts
You know what I mean?
out
For
the floors.
You know, I'm in the floors. You know, I say Flatbush raised me, but Canarsie made me.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? But I'm from the towns.
You from the towns, man. And listen, man, I want to be clear, man. Steve over here, he was the first corny dad, man, because he was around with his son, man. He was everywhere with his partner, man. What was it? You had a nickname that you used to call him. What was it?
Swag nerd.
Swag nerd.
Swag nerd.
Yo, swag nerd for sure. How did you get that nickname?
Well, you know, when he was like around 3 years old, I was trying to find a way to motivate him. You know what I mean? Because, you know, every kid thinks being smart is corny. So I was like, yo, what's a good way to do it? Because me personally, I used to call myself sophisticated thug. So I had to find a way for a younger. I can't call him a sophisticated thug. So I
Right.
was like, I'm gonna find something. I said, swag nerd. So from when he was like 3 years old, I'm like, yo, you a swag nerd. Swag nerd. And he like, what? So I was trying to make school cool. You know what I'm saying? Because kids think, you know, being a nerd is corny. So
Right.
I used to tell them like, yo, it's cool to be popular.
Right.
And corny at the same time. I mean, being a nerd, smart at the same time.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Business.
You know what I mean? Because we didn't grow like that. When we was a kid, I was getting the 70s on the test. You know what I mean? But I didn't put no effort.
Right.
But I was trying to
Exactly.
show him like, yo, bro, it's better to be the cool kid and the smart kid at the same time. Nobody can play you.
Absolutely.
You remember when
Exactly.
we was in school? Everybody's asking, what you got on your test?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be the kid with on the Jordans, with on the thing, and be like, yo, man, you're a dumb kid. Nah, bro. So when he came to school, he got 100. Saying that it makes you look better. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
swag nerd.
I love it, man. And you know what's crazy about that? Those kids ultimately showed me that their parents had no discipline,
Word.
Yeah.
which
That's a
ultimately they didn't have any discipline.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And that plays out into further on in life. You'd be like, I know you. You never had
You
discipline.
disciplined, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
You always got everything.
Right.
No,
That's a fact.
no, but that's a fact. When you see what you just said,
Uh-huh.
most of the kids that got everything when in their 20s,
They lack discipline.
They lack discipline. They don't got no motivation. They're not doing that.
Everything's handed to them.
Handed to them. You know, like even when I was growing up, I could see kids that had all the sneakers, whatever they was doing, whatever, and then when he got into their 20s, nothing.
No, they didn't produce nothing.
They didn't produce nothing. But the kids that didn't have nothing, or the ugly ducklings, or whatever you call it, whatever, they came in their 20s. They was more motivated because they wanted what.
They wanted,
You know what I mean?
they
That
wanted more.
shine. So now they the one that's doing it. So that's why I used to tell Cameron too, don't play nobody. Like
Yeah.
You never know who somebody gonna be on the backside.
Exactly.
Bridges.
I think 50 said, "Damn, homie, in high
High
school
school,
you was the man, homie.
Exactly.
You don't want to be that guy."
But that's facts. I used to tell them stories like that. I used to tell them that. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it real with the kids.
Got
so,
to.
Got to keep it real. And listen, let's keep it in introspect. Steve, Haitian American, Brooklyn, so we all speak the same language,
Exactly.
bro. We all speak the same language. So, like we ask a lot of our guests that come in, what was your your journey with your father growing up, like, what was that? Did you have a relationship with your dad? Was your dad around?
Nah, my dad died when I was 2. So me and my sister, I got 4 siblings. But
Shouts
me and my
out to
sister,
Najma.
yeah, Najma, Marvin, Dudley.
Word
you know
up.
what I'm saying? But me and my sister got the same father, and then I have a stepfather.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my 2 brothers. But my pops died when I was 2, so I grew up with my moms.
You grew up with your mom's
Yeah,
mostly and stuff
most
like
of the
that.
time, yeah. But I got like uncles. You know what I mean? I call my mom's cousins uncles. You know how we call everybody uncle. You know what I'm saying? So I had community. So I had father figures to look up to. You know what I mean? So what I used to do was just like take a vision. I mean, anything I like from one person, and I was like, yo, I like his style. Okay, I'm gonna take that.
Take that, right.
I like how he move around. I like the cars that he drive. I like how his motivate. And then I just put that and made me one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
That's how I grew, because I didn't have, you know what I mean?
You didn't have that father figure in your home.
It wasn't all in one place.
It wasn't all in one place. Right?
Nah, that's important. That's important because
You take it a la carte.
Absolutely. So we were always in Leogon, and that was a
see?
family. Yo, shouts out to Albany, Leogon,
Albany,
man.
you know what I mean? By my cousin Jamal crib, Albany, Leogon, yo.
All of that, man. We used to merge that all together, and that was our community.
That was a brotherhood right there,
That was a
too.
brotherhood as well, man. All
See.
grew up together, all held each other accountable and looked after one another and stuff like that.
That's
and,
a fact.
And that's how we came into the whole circle of things, man. But so now you become a father. How did when you entered the fatherhood journey for yourself? How did it change you as a man? How did it change the way you thought about life, the way you moved?
I mean, before I could get to that, I got to get back to when I was younger, you feel me?
Talk about it.
So, like I said, we Haitian, so, you know what I mean? Most of my cousins or whatever,
Yeah.
or my uncles, they have multiple, kids and stuff like that.
Right.
Different moms and stuff like that.
Right.
So, you already know. So, seeing that, and my mom was like the house that everybody go through. Right, so some of my cousins, like that had siblings, they didn't even know they had a sibling or never met their sibling.
That was base.
That's how, you know what I
it
mean.
was
So
base, yeah.
I used to be telling my cousin, like, you got a brother or sister over here?
He was just here
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, for real. You know what I mean?
They be back here on Thursday.
Exactly. So growing up, I was like, man, I don't want that for myself. Like, nah. You know what I mean? Like, I seen you know what I mean? It took them for long. So I said, whenever I have a kid, I'm gonna make sure. You know what I mean? At the time, I was like, yo, I just want one woman. I want my kids to be in my household. You know what I mean? So we can have that. So what was the question again? How did I feel when I had a son?
Your
Right?
fatherhood journey, like now you become a father for real. Now.
Yeah. I became a father. 25.
You was
Man, that
25.
was the best feeling ever, bro.
Yeah.
I made my son. I don't know what I'm saying is, I made him feel like he was like my world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I first found out I was having a kid, it was a rap. Like everything I did was big. Like I ain't do nothing small.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It was all around him. Because when I was growing up, I wanted to do like dope parties and stuff like that and everything, but I never did it.
Right.
So when I had the kid, I was like, oh, this is my opportunity. You know what I mean?
I get to relive.
through
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
I lived through him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So everything that I wanted, I did it through him. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's
Wow.
dope. And I think Oz, you share a lot of sentiments with that too. Like with Just, man. Yo, shouts out to Executive Director Justice. You showed me some money, bro. I need
JC
my money.
Boogie.
I need my money, bro, for real. Today's the first. So even with Oz, you share a lot of the sentiments, like kind of like making your son like your number one priority, making your child your number one priority. Making them like this the center of everything for you. Yeah. Did that motivate you? Did that keep you going as a father? Did it keep things in perspective for you?
Yeah, I mean, because of my upbringing, you know what I'm saying, not having a father, right? I mean, not having a physical father. So everything that I lacked or I wanted when I was growing up, I wanted to give it to him. You know what I'm trying to show you? Like even I used to play sports. You know what I'm trying to show you? Basketball and all that. But you know how kids, their fathers will come to the games, or you go on a school trip, you have somebody chaperone. And I never had that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo,
I'm doing all that.
I'm doing all that corny stuff.
all that
Bro,
corny
I do
stuff. Like
all
I
of
always
it.
wanted that. So
Yeah.
I did all that. Like I didn't care. Like when my son came, it was all about camp facts. Like I didn't care. Like everything.
And at any point in time, was Cameron just like, man, this guy's overbearing, man. This guy's like on top of me all the time.
But what happened? I wanted to give him a relationship. Like I wanted to be dad, big bro, and best friend. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of relationship we had. Like it wasn't just I was just dad. Nah, I was a dad, big bro, best friend. So I had to be real. And I used to let him be real with me too. Like you know how kids when they in school they don't talk to you. They don't talk how they talk at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
one way. Nah, I didn't want that. I want him to be himself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't sugarcoat nothing with me, bro.
Give it to
You know what I
me.
mean?
Shoot me
Respectfully,
straight.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you could do it in front of me, but don't do it in front of you. I mean, you could curse, whatever, but you got to know when to do it.
Right.
You can't just do it. Yeah, so I used to do it like that.
It was probably that good balance. Like,
Yeah.
like you like, listen, I want you to shoot straight with me. Don't give it to me. No.
And I used to, you know how they think you old, like, but nah, I know, we went through it, so you can't sugarcoat nothing.
You can't lie to me, bro.
Nah, you
like,
can't lie
I've
to
been
me.
here before you. Every
Exactly.
lie that you done told, I done told it. I done seen it all. You know what I mean? So you can't really get to me like that. So, I know, like, going through social media, you know, your page and stuff, and just seeing, like, every time you on the road, Cam is in shotgun. That was like.
That's another thing. Like, you would think I didn't do it for show. It wasn't for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, them times I could have
That was
posted
just-
anything.
right.
People posting vacations, money, whatever you want to do. But for me, it was just my
Son,
Cam.
that's it. Hey, smooth,
Yeah, it was
cool.
about Cam. Everywhere I went was Cam. Like, you know what I'm trying to show you? If I was going somewhere, if he could go with me, he's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if he chill with the dogs, you know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
Pull
be
up.
everybody pull up. I want him to, be real. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Move around.
but you got to talk to him too. You know, our parents back in the days, they didn't talk to us.
Yeah.
Like, they just say, this is
Yeah.
what it is, and that's it. Nah, I used to give them examples why not to do certain
Exactly.
stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Exactly.
you can't just tell a kid, oh, don't do it. They gonna want to do it.
But you know what that is? That's just being engaged, just being a hands-on father.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about this all the time, and that's what makes us corny. Because the truth of the matter is, there's a segment of the population that just can't seem to grasp that concept.
Yeah. But I'm not even gonna hold you. You know, gonna be a father. When I first gonna be a father, when I found I was gonna have a son, I didn't want a son. I was
Me
scared.
neither.
I wanted a girl.
Yeah,
my
what?
reasons because I seen the trouble I gave my moms with a little stuff, and just the fact that it's hard for a guy as a girl. I prefer a girl, so
Really?
keep her in the house.
Keep it out.
And you know what I mean? You know how you growing up, you step outside, you step into trouble, even if you try to avoid.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
You
know
outside.
what I mean?
If you outside, you
You
outside.
outside. You outside.
So I think, like, me growing up too, I think sports what kept me out of trouble. Anytime I wasn't playing basketball,
It's discipline. It's
It's just,
structure.
you know what I mean, structure.
I always
So,
stress that.
sports,
Sports is
yeah.
important, man. And Cam was a big football.
he played football. I put him in. I mean, I had to tell him, like, yo, bro, you gotta pick a sport. Basketball, football, do something. Like,
Right.
you're not just sitting around. But I wanted him to
Pick his sport.
You know what I'm
his
saying?
sport.
Because I played basketball, so I wanted to play ball, but he
Right.
wanted to play football because he used to see his uncle play football, Marvin.
Okay.
So yeah, so he was like, I want football. But I was like, all right, you can play football, but at the end of the day, bro, I'm not gonna want to be waking you up. I want to see you want it. Like, you see how Dion is moving right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
So you want him to be his own man, kind of like not be his own man, but kind of like, yo, I'm gonna put these things on you, and I want you to
Yeah.
pick up the baton and go.
Exactly.
Nah, that's important. That's important. So, you know, Cam's out here, we moving around, and now we. I'm gonna tell you my perspective of it. I remember, because I know what happened during the holidays and stuff. And you know, social media's around and stuff like that. And I just remember hearing the story, you know, from because, you know, it's around the holidays. I remember hearing the story and hearing Cam passing and stuff. And it freaking broke my heart, bro. It freaking broke my heart because it was like, I know how connected you and him were. If you're comfortable enough, walk us through that. Walk us through that day. Walk us through that moment.
You wanna go? Well, that day was New Year's Day. Cameron died January 1st, 2019. Unexpected. It was like, you know what I mean? So Cam, he passed at 11 years old. He had asthma, and he was allergic to fish. You know what I mean? So he grew up, we learned that from when he was like a little kid, probably like 3-4 years old when he started doing it. You know, they found out he was allergic to fish from high school. I mean, from kindergarten or something like that. He went to school, found out he fish. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But from that time, our family and everybody, and even himself, was like on point and making sure that, you know. Mm-hmm. So you never had no skills. So you would carry, never had. Only thing you would have was like asthma, like, you know, little small
Was
wheezing.
it like asthma, or was it like a specific like kind of allergic reaction? Was there a name for it or something like that?
The name that they say he passed was a anaphylactic shock.
Anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Okay. So he needed like an EpiPen or something like that.
Yeah, he needed that, but at the time I didn't know. But that's what I'm about to tell you, because
Okay.
from the time he was 4 until that time, he never had to use it. So from the time he was 4 to 8, we would carry the EpiPen everywhere we go. If he goes to a family house, you go anywhere, carry it. But, you know, I moved to Jersey around when he was around 8, 9 years old. So by that time, he got older. He was playing sports. That's why I put him in sports too, so it opened up his lungs and stuff like that. So by the time he was like 9 years old, the doctor was like, "Yo, he don't even need, like, you know, he's good, he's getting better, but whatever." So when we step out, I don't really bring out the EpiPen unless he's going on vacation and stuff like that.
Right.
But he always have his asthma pump, and it's the point that he don't even hardly use it. He only use it when necessary.
Right.
Right. So forward back to January, we came to Brooklyn to see my mom's and the family. You know what I mean, for the New Year's. The night before, 31st, everybody chilling, no problems, nothing. January 1st now, that afternoon, Cam, we was chilling in the crib at my mom's house. He's like, "I want to go get a haircut." Because now he in 6th grade. So you know that going back to school,
fresh,
you know, you got to go back. I'm telling you, Cam was like me, yo. You know what I mean? He's a confident, you know what I mean? Swag, all that, trust me. But he was like, I want to go get a haircut. I'm like, all right, we going to go get a haircut. So we went to the barbershop. After the barbershop, stopped by his grandma's crib, which is mom's mother.
Yeah.
Went over there to see her for a little bit. And, you know, in New Year's, we have shubjum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So usually when I go to Brooklyn, I usually, you know, chill, take food, and dip.
Right.
But for some reason that day, I was like, nah, we'll come back. We'll come back to the crib. So like I said, we was at the barbershop, went to his grandma's crib, and then on our way back to my mom's house, you know what I mean? Like, another thing, too, this is what kills me, too. So on my way back to my mom's house, Cam was talking to me, like, you know what I mean? He wanted Instagram. And I was like, yo, you can't get no Instagram right now. It's like, yo, honestly, I was gonna give it to him, but Cam was on honor roll from he was a kid, whatever. I never been on honor roll, so I used to challenge him. Like I used to tell him, I used to tell Cam, like, I want you to be better than me. I don't know, you tell kids like that. I don't want when somebody actually like, no, I want you to be better than me. So he would tell you, I want to be better than my dad. So I'm like, yo, bro, I never been in honor roll, so you got to be on honor roll. So anyway, on our way back, driving to my mom's house to go get our stuff, I was like, yo, bro. He asked me for the Instagram. I was like, nah, you can't get Instagram until you pick up the grades, because he was it's his first year. It was the first semester of 6th grade.
Yeah, junior high school.
Yeah, so he didn't make honor roll. So I was like, nah, you gotta pick them grades up. And once you do that, then whatever. He was like, all right, Dad, I got you. And that was the last conversation when he walked out the car, because when I pulled up in front of my mom's house we was gonna go. There was no parking. So that was our last conversation. He went inside, and I went to go park the car. So by the time I go upstairs now, he's in the living room with my sister and my brother-in-law and whatever. But at the same time, my aunt is cooking sawfish. You know what I mean? It's boiling it. But I'm Haitian, his mom is Jamaican. So he been around the smell, you know what I mean? Sawfish or smell of fish all the time. So they never talk about the smell. They just talk about don't touch it. Don't
touch it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cameron's the most pickiest eater. I'm his father, and I could tell him, yo, bro, I'm eating fish and I'm about to touch his food. He's like, yo, he was like, are you touching my food, bro? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? That's how alert he is.
Right.
But they never talk about the smell. Anyway, so when I come in the crib, I see Cam chilling. He was just chilling, talking and whatever. So I was about to leave him. Since he was just chilling, I was like, let me go get some shoop some more soup, you know what I mean?
Being greedy.
Being greedy. That's why like, I wish I went home.
Right.
Because if I went home, there's never. So I said, let me get some shoop. So we chilling, whatever, and I'm talking to my moms, whatever. Cam walks over to me a few minutes, and he like, Daddy, I need my pump. Usually he carry it, but for some reason I had it. So he's like, I need my pump. So I said, cool. I gave it to him, but I was like, you know what? Let me give you the he got a nebulizer. So you know, that's for the machine.
Yeah, that's for the.
Yeah, so it's stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, since we about to drive back to Jersey, let me let's go take the nebulizer instead. You know what I'm saying? Because we have one in every household. Like my house, is my grandma's house, everywhere if we go. So we went up. We was, like I said, it was a normal. It was nothing out. Nothing. Damn. Sorry.
Take your time, brother.
Nothing out the ordinary, bro. We just walked upstairs. I'm gonna walk this to my mom bed. We walked upstairs to my mom's room. He still had his coat on because remember we just came in.
From outside.
House was January 1st cold. So when we walked upstairs, it was hot. So I started taking off his jacket. He sat down for a little bit, and while he was doing, I took off his jacket, gave him the machine, and I went to go open a window. I went to go got a rag to just cool him down. Yeah. Like everything was so calm. We just chilling. So now he's sitting down at the edge of my mom's bed, and I'm just standing over him, just watching him take the machine. And he just says out of nowhere, he's like, "Yo, I don't feel it." Like, I don't feel it. And if I see the oxygen going into his face, I'm like, that's the first time he said that. So I'm like, what you mean you don't feel it? It's going in your face. Like, I don't feel it. So once he said that, I called everybody who was in the house, like, yo, call 911. Call 911. So we call 911, and I'm still trying to calm him down. Like, I didn't want to panic. So I'm telling you, Cam, just relax, take deep breaths. Because I always taught him, like, for situations like if everything, never panic, just breathe, you know what I mean? Because if you panic, that's when you shit, you know, we always had, like,
routine.
A routine and stuff like that, exactly. So he was doing that. He, like, taking his deep breaths, doing whatever he had to do, and a few minutes later, he's like, oh, man. He's like, he just said, Daddy, I want to tell you something. I'm like, what happened? And he looked up at me because he's sitting down, and I'm standing over him. He's just like, I just want to tell you. I was like, he said, Daddy, I want to tell you something. I was like, what happened? He's like, I want to tell you I love you. I love you. And then he reached over to me and gave me 2 kisses. And I'm like, yo, chill. Are you okay? Everything gonna be all right, bro. Just chill. Just relax. Just relax. And then a few minutes later, he's like, yo, I got to take a piss. I got to use the bathroom. So I was like, all right, come, let's walk. But I don't know if y'all know, but you ever hear, I mean, at the time I wasn't thinking about it. But you know, when they say somebody's about to pass, they usually piss on themselves and stuff like that, right? So he asked me, I got to use the bathroom. So we started walking towards the bathroom, and he just passed out on me. Mind you, all this time, we still waiting for the ambulance. Everybody's in the house talking to the 911 operators, whatever. So I was like, oh shit, he collapsed right in front of me. So I picked him up, and I go lay him down. Luckily for my going to school, I took nursing.
Right.
I was in nursing classes, so I took CPR. But this is at high school. I don't remember that. But at the moment, it just
kicks in.
So I just put my head to, checked his pulse. I felt no pulse. I put my head to, I felt not, like, oh shit. So all I could think about was doing CPR. I started doing, pumped him, breathed him, pumped him, breathed him. Oh, my son just popped up. I was like, oh, Poppy. Can I call my son Poppy?
Yeah.
I'm Haitian, so I remember I don't have a dad, so my son is Poppy. I didn't have a dad. I never had a chance to call somebody dad or Poppy dad. Right. So my son was my Poppy. So I was like, yo, Poppy, you scared me, yo. Why you do that? Like, just relax. Yo, I'm telling you, we still waiting for the ambulance. I don't know how. It felt like forever. Well, it could have been like 10 minutes. Could have been. I don't know how long, but it felt like it was forever. But I revived him, son. So now I checked his pulse again. And I felt it, so I was like, all right, he's good. So I sat him up. I didn't want to keep laying him down, so I sat him up. I'm just trying to talk to him, but he's trying to talk to me, but he can't say nothing. And then a few minutes later, that's when the ambulance came, and then they did what they did, and then it was like, yo, they gotta rush him to the hospital. So at the same time, while he's doing that, I'm calling his mom, and I'm telling her, like, yo, and his mom's in Jersey. She didn't come to Brooklyn with us. So I'm telling her, like, yo, Cam about to go to the hospital. She thinking it's just a regular thing too. Like, at the same time, when the ambulance came, I still didn't think it was, like, gonna take me to where I'm about to take. You know what I'm saying? I'm still thinking, like, they gotta get him. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you I revived him. So I'm telling her, I tell her the story, like, yo, Cam got whatever, just come. You know what I'm saying? But she coming from Jersey. But I still didn't, like, you know what I mean? So now they taking her Cam to the ambulance, and, you know, they doing whatever they doing. I get to the hospital, and at the time, I just seen mad doctors and nurses all working on him, and I lost it. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Why nobody not telling me nothing? And I'm going crazy in the hospital. Wow, like, yo, why nobody tell me what's going on? Then one of the doctors came up to me and she asked me what happened. I started telling her the same story I just told y'all, and she was like, this hurts me right now, because she said, damn, after you revived him, if you would have kept breathing into him, maybe. And I was like, I said, what? But she still didn't tell me nothing bad, but we trying to revive him. He's not breathing on his own.
So at this point, like, everybody's in the hospital, everybody's kind of just around you, surrounding you.
No, but the thing about it, my family, nobody came. It was like whoever was there. But there's a few people, but the hospital packed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just like, a few minutes later, the doctor come back, and he's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Jean-Pierre, your son. I lost it. Like, I was like, yo, how? Like, he was just chilling with me. My dog, like, like, yo, even though he had asthma, yo, Cam was not, like, a sick kid or nothing like that. That's the problem, you know what I'm saying? If he was sick or something that we would have thought, like, you know what I mean? But it was just fucking expected, bro.
Yeah. And I think that was the most, like, shocking and troubling thing, because, You know, when you hear things of, you know, of this magnitude, you kind of think somebody older, somebody sickly,
Yeah.
not a young, vibrant, athletic kid. You know what I mean? But
I didn't think asthma was there, but the thing about it, during that time too. So even in the process of all that, Cameron's mom didn't know that Jody. She didn't even know he passed yet. Nobody wanted to tell her because he's driving. You know what I mean? My cousin from so when she gets to the hospital, yo, the hospital was packed with my family or friends. It was packed. Like even the nurses were like, "Who is this kid? Like, why is so much people here? Like 50 to 60, like 50 to 60 people. Like, why is it? They never seen something like that. Like,
right.
So when she came to the hospital and she seen all her people, she's like, "Why is everybody here?" And you ever seen like the in the Bible? I mean, when the water,
Like the part, the sea, the Red Sea.
everybody just parted and she just sees Cameron Lane and I'm over there crying out, man. So you could imagine how she felt. Like she didn't even get to say bye to her. At least I got to say bye. You know what I mean? He got to tell me I love you. You know what I'm saying? One thing I take that serious with that I love you shit because I used to tell my son I love you all the time. My parents back in the days didn't tell us I love you. Even though my mom I know my mom loved me and all that. But they don't to hear it, it's different.
Nah.
So me, I used to personally say to my son all the time, I love you, I love you. Even if he don't care, I could be going to the store, I love you, you know? So for him to have the strength and for him to let me know. And yo, I forgot to tell you, even when he said, he's like, I feel like I'm about to die. He did say that after that thing. I meant to say that. And I was like, don't say that. Why you talking like, don't ever talk like that. Cause you know what I mean? Like, why are you talking like that? I forgot he did say that to me too. And I was like, well, don't ever talk like that, bro. So it's like he knew.
He knew his time was coming.
And before he could let it go, he made sure he told me, Daddy, I love you. And I love you. Yo, I play that in my head all the time. All the time. But after he passed, I want to tell you this story too. Because after he passed, that shit was hard. And before he passed, his last birthday, 11th birthday, right? Yeah, my son was not regular, son. He was extraordinary. I don't care what y'all say. Whoever's around my kid, you know, Cam was not regular, son. Feel me? So before his 11th birthday, he came to me one time. He's like, yo, Dad. He's like, yo, I want a crown for my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm like, a crown? Like, what you gonna do with a crown?
Beautiful story.
So what you gonna do with the crown? He's like, yo, I'm gonna wear to school. Like, stop playing, man. You're not gonna wear no crown to school, bro. He's like, yo, I'm gonna wear that crown to school, bro, for my birthday. So, okay, leading to his birthday, like, I usually dress him for two. This is the first time he like, nah, I wanna dress myself. Like, he started coming into his, it was a beautiful thing seeing him evolve into his own person. You know what I'm trying to show you? So, the day before his birthday, we came back to Brooklyn, get a haircut, go shopping for his outfit, whatever he wanted. And we stopped by, we seen a Party City. He's like, yo, Dad, Party City right there, I want my crown. And I was like, Dad, you was serious. So, okay, so we went and got the crown. Next morning, I told him, yo, when you go to school, make sure you take a lot of pictures. And you know what I mean? Because, you know, I want him to take pictures and stuff like that. He's like, all right, cool. Later that day when he came home, I was like, yo, what the pictures and stuff where the pictures I told you to take? He's like, I ain't take no pictures. Now I got mad at him. I'm like, yo, didn't I tell you take pictures and all that? He's like, yo, chill, old man. He's like, yo, I didn't have to take no pictures. Everybody was on my body. No cap. And that's when I say no cap, that's Cameron voice. He's like, everybody was on my body. I'm like, whatever, man. Yo, make sure you just you go get the pictures and all that stuff. Mind you, his birthday's November 19th. You know what I'm saying? He passed January 1st. Right? So from the time I told him that, mad stuff happened in between, I never got a chance to, or him to get the pictures or whatever. So after his passing, you know, social media now, on my feeds, it's all Cameron, right? After he passed, you know, everybody's showing respect for me and all that. I had to I couldn't even look at my Instagram for like that time. Like I turned it off.
Tough.
Yeah. So it was like so hard for me, like, you know, even doing the process of like, you know, setting up for the candlelight visual and all the other stuff. Like, I had no parts at the beginning because I was lost. You get me?
I remember.
I was lost, bro. It's not until the day of the candlelight visual, that afternoon, I'm driving back to Jersey to go get some stuff, and I just opened up my Instagram. Right? I didn't open it up that whole week since that time, since I couldn't open it. So that day, that afternoon, I opened up. My family was taking care of all the reservations and whatever they was doing. I opened up my Instagram, and what do I see? All his Cameron friends posted. And I like, this little nigga, son. You see,
Love them.
yo, bro, like to see that, like, cause he told me, I told you, he's like, everybody was on my hand to take no pictures. To see all his friends had videos and pictures from his birthday, that shit opened me up. And I was like, yo, man, I gotta stop crying. I'm gonna do this big for you, boy. I'm gonna send you out. I'm gonna send you out like a king.
And I did.
Cause you said you wanted to be a king. I'm gonna send you out like a king.
Good.
I called my family. I'm like, yo, whatever, yo. I want a big poster camera. I want to get a DJ. I call my dog. Yo, I'm not mourning him. Yo, we gonna celebrate my dog. Cause from the big time he was born, I celebrated him. Like I told you from the top, I did it big. You feel me? So I'm gonna send him out big. I said, yo, I call my family. Like, yo, I want a horse and carriage. Everybody looking at me crazy. No, I want a horse and carriage going down the streets.
Yep.
Cause if you remember when Biggie passed.
Horse and carriage.
He wasn't had the horse carriage, but the seat, the
convertible
the
hearse.
convertible hearse, but the fact that all those people, I wanted, like, you know what I mean?
See your people.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, nah, I want a horse and carriage.
Let me tell you something right now. I remember going to his homecoming service just like the night before the celebration. We always talk about community, right? And how important it is for us to have community to help us. Man, shouts out to the Floss, man. Canarsie came out in love. Like
everybody came out. It wasn't even, I had
down.
every neighborhood came out, and it wasn't even like just these are people. Like everybody that mostly came out, even just met Cameron at one point or seen him. You know what I'm trying to show you?
His football team's coach,
something.
Everything.
And he touched, for a kid at 11 years old to touch so much people like that shit was crazy. I used to tell Cameron, yo, you gonna be a star. Like, you are a star. You're gonna be great. This and that. You know, like DJ Khaled talk like to
manifestation.
And I used to tell him this all this time from he was a kid, bro. No cap. Like, no cap. I'm like, yo, you great. You this, you that. And I'm like, everybody gonna know your name. But I didn't want it to be like that, though.
Nah, I hear you.
The world knew my son's name, son. I used to tell him, like, yo, you gonna be somebody, son. Everybody, yo, you that. And then for it to be like that, that's not how I wanted it. But God took my words. I used to be like, I didn't mean it literally. To me, bro. Right. You know what I'm trying to show you? But yeah, like I said, yo, after I seen those kids, yo, his friends posted and all that, yo, man, I sent him out. Like, I was not doing nothing less. And honestly, I learned more about my son after he passed than when he was around.
What'd you learn about him?
The fact that you parents, right? We think like when we talk to your kids, like, yo, you think you talk too much. Like the kid's not listening, right?
They listen to everything.
They listening, son. Like I used to always preach to my cousins or my little brother, whoever, you know what I'm saying, and tell them this, that, all my mistakes and try to make them, you know what I mean? So they didn't. Some, you know, kids listen, some of them listen.
Right.
So, I used to always my favorite words. You could lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink it. So I used to tell Cameron that line all the time. When he was 3, 4, 5 years old. But I used to tell them, like, yo, bro. I mean, I used to tell my family, you know, talk to them on that, but nobody want to listen. But I said, you my kid, so you're going to have to listen. So I used to talk to this kid like crazy, like, drill sergeant. Like, I don't care what, you know what I mean? Like, mannerism, how to keep yourself up, you know what I mean? Real, everything.
Right.
So after he passed, people would come up to me, teachers, parents, and all that, and I just heard so much stories, and you're like, yo, Cameron did that? He said that? And you're like, yo, he listened. Like, I'll give you an example, like the swag nerd stuff. Like up to the cool kid shit. So I was like, yo, Cam, remember, if you go to school popping, you know what I mean? Look, he got the girls, he got the attention, all that, and the grades. So now I guess he got a crew of friends. So one of the teachers came up to me, he's like, I want to tell you a story about your son. I'm like, okay, what happened? She's like, one of the Cameron friends, like Cameron got a crew of friends he chilled with, and one of his friends wasn't doing too good in class, with his grades and stuff. And she seen all of a sudden his grades picked up. So she said she went up to the student. This is before Cameron passed and all this stuff too. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, she went up to the student. She asked the student, like, yo, why? Yo, what's the sudden change? What made your grades just pick up like that? She like, the kid told her, like, yo, I see Cam, this. He got the grades. And, yo, and that touched me. I'm like, you see?
There you go.
Baby.
Like, there you go. That swag nerd is big. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
there you go.
Man. Like, even now, I got so many little stories, like, I heard from him, and I'm like, yo, I didn't think he was, like, really taking it in, you know what I'm saying? But he took everything I was told. That's why I say parents talk, yo. You know, they might want to hear, just keep talking to your kids, bro.
Speaking manifest to them. So it sounds like Cam left his legacy, a legacy behind, even at the ripe young age of 11. What is it that you could say to the parents out there that may have suffered a loss from a child and stuff like that? How did you go through the healing process? How was the healing process for you?
Wow, healing, it was hard. Very hard. I'm not even gonna lie, cause you could be with how you with somebody all the time and vanish. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard. Like I didn't go the therapy. I was avoiding therapy and all that stuff, but I was just dealing with it on my own at first. And then what happened is the kids. Like I'm living through all the kids that was around me. Like everybody that they would call me like, yo, Mrs. Steven, could you come to my basketball game? Can you come to my football game? And it hurt. I would cry before I go. But just being there, I would go. That first year when he passed, Cameron football team, the year before he passed, they lost in the semifinals of playoffs or something like that. Yeah. And I told him, yo, bro, you're gonna get back next year. You're gonna go to the championship and whatever, right? And he passed January 1st. He didn't get a chance to. He was gonna go to training and do whatever, so he didn't get to make it. The next year, all his whole team was the theme that year was, yo, we gonna win this championship for Cam. And do you believe it, yo? Them kids did it. That same, like they was determined, and not even that. His friends from Jersey play football too, and Cam wasn't even on their team. They said we're gonna do it for Cam. They both won their championship that year, son. That was like showed me like, oh, bro, that's deep. You know what I mean? But honestly, like I said, it's the kids, man. I tell them every day, every time they might not believe me, but I'm dead ass. I'm watching them, like, you know what I mean? That's all I could do is just live through them. So it hurts, but I'm dealing with it. You know what I mean? I gotta do chest out, chin up.
Chest out, chin up. Chest out, chin up.
That's how I look at it.
So I guess my question when it comes to healing, right, is you said you tried therapy.
I mean, I did for like 2, 3. I mean, towards the end. What happened was at the beginning when I first happened, I was not going to therapy. So I think I dealt with it myself. You know what I'm saying? For the first 2, 3 years.
And what would you do? Like, how would you just be still, be in silence, like be in your own thoughts?
I'll be in my own thoughts.
Or just be wilding.
Yeah, pretty much. And I try to assess it. You know, to the point that you see how we talking about my life right now. I had to go back in my life to see like, where did I go wrong? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I don't know. Like, you had to find yourself again. You know what I'm trying to say?
Trying
like,
to see if the math was math.
Yeah, like what's going on? Like, you feel me? But yeah, I just.
So to me, it sounds like there's a little bit of you that feels like there's something that you could have done any different, or have you come to the terms that this was God's plan? Or have you accepted that?
That's the thing. I learned that there's five what word I'm looking for? 5 stages of grief. Yeah. So I had to, I read the books on and stuff like that. Yeah. I had to do a lot of searching because even after Cam passed, I lost faith for a minute. Like I'm a person, I could be going home. I be drunk. I be coming from a party, whatever. I make sure I pray for my son. Like, yo, God, just make sure you got, whatever. You know what I mean? And then when he passed, I'm like, yo, God, how you do that? I'm like, I pray. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of lost faith for a minute. And then somebody, like, you talk to a spiritual person or a person, they maybe read the book of Job and the 3 kings. And after reading those 2 things made me feel like, what makes you different? Like, you know what I mean? You're not better than anybody. Like, they had everything. They lost it. So
they lost it, right.
Yeah, so I had to realize, all right, bro, this is part of it. I just had to suck it up.
No, I feel you. I feel you. It's.
I had to suck it up. I mean, but like I said, you said if I feel like I could have done anything different, like, it is God's faith. Because I'm telling you, if it was nothing was out the ordinary. The only thing I wish I called the ambulance faster. Because I feel like if I called him 5 minutes earlier, if I wish I didn't take off his jacket, I wish I didn't, all that stuff is killing me. I wish I didn't take off his jacket. I wish I didn't go get the rag to, if I would have just called the ambulance, but I didn't know. And then they, like I said, they never talked about, I learned all this about anaphylactic shock.
Yep.
After Cameron passed. I never heard of that word before.
Right,
we take him to the doctor. Like, all they talk about is eat or touch. They never talk about the airborne allergies. Never heard about airborne allergies. That's why even though I went to Dr. Oz show. Yeah. Because they were trying to give awareness because not a lot of people know about. You know what I mean? I didn't know about it. So I wish I knew.
So now that you having this information now, share with our audience, like with this anaphylactic shock, like how does it, what's behind this? Like, what is it?
I mean, they said it was he had an allergic reaction and an asthma attack at the same time.
So you had the allergic reaction to the
to
fish.
the fish, the airborne, the fish. But during the time when he was during the situation, I thought he was just having an asthma attack. I didn't know he had
an asthma attack.
Yeah, because he didn't touch nothing. Like I said, they never talk about airborne. They always talk
Right.
about if he eat it or he touch it.
Right.
He never did that. So I'm just thinking he having an asthma attack at the time. So, but they said the reason why was because he had asthma, and so I wish I had maybe if I had the EpiPen, could have worked. They said maybe. They didn't say it would. So that's why they trying to say it's not. Don't blame yourself. But how can I not? Like you, as a father, you supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like
We protect and provide.
exactly. And then I felt like that one moment I was not there. I wasn't able to. You know what I mean? Like I'm always there for my little. That one minute I didn't know, bro. I catch myself every day when I'm like, oh, Poppy, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry I didn't know.
So Steve, with that being said, like, what is it that? I mean, the situation is so like, it's so disheartening. But what is the silver lining behind this? What you digging deep within yourself? What did you learn about yourself, like going through this and going through the stages of grief and
ultimate healing, right?
And ultimate healing.
Because the truth is, it's absolutely heart-wrenching what happened, and it's very unfortunate what happened to your son. But there's another shocker that's out here as well, man. You got other parents, losing their kids to gun violence and harm out there, right? So not to say that it's the same exact thing, losing your son suddenly, but I just think that just losing a child early, right?
Yeah.
Because we're all taught that we're supposed to bury.
Children are supposed to bury.
I would've took his place.
Children, yep.
So knowing and understanding that, right? Like as far as like the healing process goes, right? The whole process as a whole, like I know that there's somebody out there that you can help, right? Who's going through it or might be in a stage of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell them, like how, like any words of wisdom, right? Or any practice or anything that you think that you can share with them to help them through their journey?
Honestly, I can't tell you how to help them because even when Cam passed, people was coming. I didn't know. I thought I was on my own, but there's so much people out there was reaching out to me on DM, had the same type of story or similar.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and they's like, "Yo, how do you?" They asked me how I'm being strong, and I'm motivating them. Mind you, they lost their kid before me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't though. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it.
But that's the same thing. Like Cam was influencing people that he didn't even know he was really influencing. So you continue to
Apple
do
doesn't
that.
fall far from the
tree,
tree.
brother. So you doing this? You're actually carrying on Cam's legacy right now by motivating and inspiring people even through this grief to push through. Because they're telling you right to your face, Steve, yo, you're helping me through this grief.
And I'm like, for real.
You know what I mean? You don't know how
I can't
powerful-
even give you a good like how to do it. Cause I mean, it doesn't get easier; it gets harder. Cause it's been 4 years going on 5, and it felt like yesterday to me still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And seeing, like I said, I see his friends and like right now he's supposed to be turning 16 November 19, and damn, bro, I'm going his friends and everybody's parties, and you just like, I wish he was here, bro.
But he is through you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're carrying on his legacy, like we talk about. It's not the parents that's supposed to be bearing the kids. So in essence, you're still carrying on Cam's legacy by you going supporting his friends, supporting all your nieces and nephews. I see you. You at everybody's event. Uncle Steve, Uncle Steve, always there.
Right.
So you doing 2 jobs right now. You doing Uncle Steve and you doing Cam's job. You know what I mean?
And I be having parents tell me like, yo, you don't know. The parent will call me like, would you come to my son's party or my daughter's party? And I'm like, yeah. And then they were like, the kid will be so happy. And when I get there, you see all the kids. So that gives me joy.
Of course.
I ain't gonna lie. Like the kids give me
purpose.
joy. That's what it is.
It's your purpose.
And then my neighborhood too. Like you see how they made a mural of my son. Like yo, you know what I mean? Right by next to Pop Smoke.
Tell them where the mural is.
The mural's on 82nd on the corner of 82nd and Flatlands.
Beautiful mural.
So that was the community that did that, helping. You know what I mean? They were about to put a mural of Pop Smoke, and then they just reached out to me like they would want me. I mean, they want to put one for Cameron. at first it was kind of hard for me because I don't want my mom's or everybody got to come out to see that all the time. But after that, I was like, you know what? It's bigger than us. I just told my moms and everything. Like Cam was an inspiration. Like he really was a swag nerd. He was confident. He was you know what I mean? Like when you seen him, he sugarcoating nothing. He tell you real. You know what I mean? Like Cam. So for him to do that, I was happy about that.
Yo, listen, Cam would have approved of us. Be like, yo, Corny Dads is cool. That's what we're pushing. So his mission statement is still alive and well today. So, you know, listen, Steve, my brother, I appreciate you coming and spending time with us today and sharing the story with not only with us but with the world and our viewership, man.
Absolutely.
And just perseverance and stuff, and just keep doing what you're doing, Uncle Steve.
Yeah, Uncle Steve.
Because people, they need you.
Chest out, chin up, man.
Chest out. How can the people reach you?
I'm on Instagram. You could reach me on Instagram, Chase CHAYCE_Clark Kent. Or yeah, that's Instagram.
Yo, man, listen, long live swag nerd, man.
Yeah.
And stay corny, man.
Stay corny, people.
Stay corny. You heard?
We great
That's
dads.
so
Be great
corny.
dads. You know what I mean? That's it. We fathers. It's not even about being a dad. We fathers.
Word up, man.
That was a good episode. That was a good.
I used to call my son Swag Nerd.
Yeah, that's gonna be